Yeah, it's D-Day -1, the big match, the final of yet another ICC tournament. This time it's the Champions Trophy. Will there be a parade at Marine Drives, or will it be empty streets again, like the 2023 World Cup? It's yet to be seen. I'll just start off with taking your first thoughts. What do you feel, and what are your gut feelings for this match, Jinaj?
As we have seen, like the toss really doesn't matter much. I mean, it plays well irrespective of it wins the toss or not. I mean, we have qualified for the final after losing like five tosses.
Hmm.
So I hope we continue that streak of losing the tosses because we have
Mhm.
been winning the matches as well. So I don't want the law of averages to catch up over there.
Yeah.
So bat first, then a score of
Hmm.
290, 280, 290 would be a good score because
Hmm.
New Zealand will know now how to play a Varun Chakravarti or anyone else. Even today in the press conference, the coach said that reading Varun Chakravarti's hands under the lights, it's a bit tough.
Hmm.
So it will be easier to read his hands or to read his variations in the morning. I mean, or in the afternoon, in
Hmm.
the first innings. But if they are batting first, but that's one thing. But overall, yeah. So if India bats first, a 290 score would be good, and we have got eight batters who can even score at that
Hmm.
pace. So that's not a
Hmm.
problem. If India bowls first, India should restrict them under 250, 260. And again, we have got a batting lineup of eight batters who can easily, go through that kind of a total. One
Hmm.
thing which I differentiate between the World Cup squad and the Champions Trophy squad is that the Champions Trophy squad, even though Bumrah is not there, it's
Hmm.
actually much better than that of the the World Cup squad, especially the final one, the team with which we played. We were easily two batters short, even though
Hmm.
we had the Surya Kumar Yadav, but he was not that effective. So that's the reason why if Surya Kumar Yadav would have not played that match and if someone else would have happened and the story would have been different, I would say that the World Cup squad was much better than the Champions Trophy squad. But
Hmm.
I find much more depth, bowling experience, your options, having six bowlers at the same time, having eight batters as well.
Hmm.
So that pretty much, gives us, a good cushioning in both the departments. With the
Yeah.
World Cup squad, we just had our batting lineup till six, ending with Ravindra Jadeja.
Yes.
Uh, and then we had our bowlers in Shami, Siraj, Bumrah, Kuldeep, and I think that's all.
Hmm.
So that's all. So that's where we lacked. Over here, we have got our batting till six, till eight. We have got
Hmm.
two extra batters as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's would be my thoughts on the game. That's all.
Yeah. So Weber, what what differentiates both the sides because they have already played a match on the same ground? Pitch might be different. Your perspective, and also why don't you have a background today? As we miss those beautiful backgrounds from you.
Today my internet is acting up. I've joined from my phone, so that's why
Hmm.
we don't have a background today. But anyways, getting to the final, I think India has suited themselves or got they were adjusted to the climate and the way the ground reacts in Dubai, and I think that is the major difference.
Hmm.
It's something similar to what New Zealand did in Pakistan. They knew
Hmm.
the pitch conditions and all of that, and that's the main reason why they could pull that victory against South Africa. At least in my opinion, that's what changed, or that's
Hmm.
what was the difference in that previous game. So
Hmm.
similarly, the same thing is happening to India in Dubai. Since they've been there, played all their matches there, I
Hmm.
think that's going to be the differentiating factor. People might say that India has the advantage. Yes, India did have an advantage, but I think they used it for their benefit. Unlike Pakistan losing at home or South Africa, even though after being there for over a month, losing
Hmm.
in in Pakistan.
Hmm.
So just like how New Zealand got used to the Pakistani conditions, I think India has
Hmm.
gotten used to the Dubai conditions, and that's what is going to be the major differentiating factor. And I think we have quality spinners, quality bowlers, and quality batsmen. So that's going to make a major difference. hopefully we don't see what happened in the previous game, like Rachin and Kane Williamson. They got the correct stand and they started playing. So hopefully that doesn't happen in Sunday's game. And in the last game, we saw Kane Williamson get used to the way Varun Chakravarti was bowling. So that's something which India will have to work on, or try to get Kane Williamson out in the very beginning, and focus more on those players that play classical cricket, unlike the modern hit for sixes and hit for fours. Those guys are the easier ones to get out. People like Kane Williamson and Devon Conway, they are the ones who are harder to pick wickets, and just because they play it slow and they take the game deep. So that's something India will have to work on. Those are the things which I feel will let India win over New Zealand. Hopefully, we'll hope for the best.
Right? Yeah. So let's come to the changes. I don't think India is going to make any changes from the previous 11, because there are some concerns also and those questions that a certain senior players might be playing their last leg of cricket for India. So possibly it is the time and it is the match which they will be getting to showcase their talent for the one last time for India. Maybe, may not be. That those are all speculations, but that is what we have been hearing from those reports which are going around. But coming to New Zealand, it is said that Matt Henry might be a bit injured and he might be dropped from the side because of injury concerns. What news do you have about that, Jinach? You said some discussions were going around him.
Yeah, so today, the in the press conference, it was the coach had come out, and when he was asked about Matt Henry's injury position, what he explicitly told that he doesn't have any news on that. It
Hmm.
doesn't at the moment. It doesn't look like it's not like he said that. Uh, it doesn't look like he'll be playing or not, but he just doesn't know like the extent of the injury, what has actually caused.
Hmm.
So it'll be a very big loss for New Zealand as well if Matt Henry doesn't play. He last match I think he's picked up 5 wickets against India in the same
Yeah.
on the same pitch and the same ground. So and he's one of the highest wicket takers for this. Not one of the he is the highest wicket taker in this Champions Trophy as well, with
Hmm.
10 wickets and Shami being the second in 8 wickets. So it'll be a very big loss for them. And m- I mean, if you see that Matt Henry was a bit problematic even for Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill. He troubled our batsmen as well, and the other bowlers like Kyle Jamieson, even though he's a bit tall or something of that sort, but he won't be that big of a threat to India than what Matt Henry would have been or will be if he plays. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah, so yeah, Matt Henry is the highest wicket taker so far in the tournament. As we saw in the last game, Varun Chakrabarti and the Travis Head matchup was lot in discussion. What kind of a battles or matchups would you expect in this final? Because if you don't get Sachin Ravindra out when the paces are bowling, it might be very very difficult to get him out when he plays to the spinners, because he's damn good playing to the spinners.
I think so. Mainly, Rachin Ravindra and Kane Williamson are the people to watch out. Will Young hasn't, fired anything in this tournament, so I think that these two people are the main guys to watch out. I think the trick is going to be to pick them out in the first few overs, in the first 10 overs, hopefully, similar to what they did against Australia, because I feel that right from the beginning, I felt that New Zealand was a very, balanced squad, and that has turned out to be true. They are the ones who are number two in this in this championship, and I feel that they would still remain number two. India would always be number one. So Rachin Ravindra versus Mohammad Shami is something, or Hardik Pandya, because that's something I'd like to see. Hopefully, it is Hardik Pandya versus Rachin Ravindra. So for Kane Williamson, probably he doesn't. So it's not that every type of spin he can play. Sometimes he doesn't play Kuldeep Yadav properly. So maybe Kane Williamson versus Kuldeep Yadav or Ken Williamson versus Mohammad Shami. These are the things which I feel we need to watch out for. And on the India side, I think Mitchell Santner and Rohit Sharma. That's something we need to look out for. Rohit Sharma's spin department seems a little bit, struggling. So hopefully Rohit Sharma can make it because being a captain, Mitchell Santner has better say. So he might come in to pick the wickets of Rohit Sharma. And the same thing applies to um, Virat Kohli while playing spin and even fast bowlers. Once again, in the previous game, in the first few overs, he seemed unsettled with those fourth wicket, fifth wicket, balls. So that's something he's still, I think, he's not very strong with. So those are the things I feel we need to watch out.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, the one player which is very underrated in the Kiwi side is, I think, Tom Latham, because he has been playing some phenomenal cricket, especially in this tournament. But for India, I think, yes, it's going to be Rohit Sharma and Shreyas Iyer who need to step up in this match one more time, and probably the one last time, as people are saying about Rohit Sharma. So let's, without wasting any time, let's get on to it. So Mohammad Shami, Ravindra Jadeja, Virat Kohli, and Rohit Sharma, they are obviously on their late 30s. They are on the wrong side of 30s. So is it expected, as people are talking about, that these four players are playing their last match for India together in the final of ICC Champions Trophy, or those are just rumors and they are going to continue from here on? What do you think about it, Jinash? Because there's a lot of talk about it, that probably it is going to be at least Rohit Sharma who's not going to continue after this tournament. So what do you think about it?
So, irrespective of what the result comes from Champion Trophy, if he wins or if he loses, one thing is certain that he won't be a captain anymore for the Indian cricket team. He might, it will be like Dhoni, like how Dhoni left it for Virat Kohli after
Mm.
2016 T20 World Cup. He gave up all, I mean, across all formats, he was the
Yeah,
captain for
yeah.
India.
Mm.
So so it'll be the same way, like the 2 years rule, because you need to have a fresh team for the 2027 World Cup as well. And
Mm.
honestly, considering the fitness, I mean, not the fitness with what our the current politicians think of, but
Mm.
uh, the the approach with which he's also batting and everything, like everything considered, like I don't think like Rohit Sharma will be considering, I mean, will be considered for the 2027 World Cup. If
Mm.
he is considering, or if he, of even the selectors are considering him, then
Mm.
probably he'll be working on his you know on his
Fitness.
approach on fitness. So he is fit, like we can see like the way he's diving around, so he is fit, that's not a problem.
Mm.
The thing which the approach is the problem. Like
Mm.
on these pitches, you don't need that firebrand of cricket. Even
Yeah,
Sunil Gavaskar said in one of the interviews, if Rohit Sharma stays in the crease for 25 overs, we
yeah,
all know that India is going to win
yeah,
if
yeah.
Rohit Sharma is there on the crease for 25 overs. So that's what is expected from him now, especially in
Mm.
this last match, that he steps up.
Mm.
Especially he steps up. Everyone has stepped up in the team. He did
Mm.
step up in the Bangladesh match, but after
Mm.
that, it has been a downhill. So he need to, step up in this particular game. Now coming
Mm.
to Virat Kohli, uh, looking at his fitness, like I think he'll be in contention for the 2027 World Cup at least,
Yeah.
because at the back of the mind, people say that they don't care about milestones and everything.
Mm.
So, but certain players like Virat Kohli, like rightly so, he thinks about milestones. I mean,
Yeah.
so he at the back of his mind, he'll be thinking that he has the opportunity of
Mm.
breaking that 100 centuries record of uh, Sachin Tendulkar. So I think he's
Yeah.
on his 82nd century now. He has got 18 more centuries to go for
Yeah.
that. So he
Yeah.
might want to break that record of Sachin
Mm.
Tendulkar of
Mm.
18 centuries. Now coming to the test format, both
Mm.
Rohit and Virat are not in contention. That's what the
Yeah.
report was saying, and certain journalists on the YouTube channels as well.
Yeah.
Jadeja might be there in the
Mm.
team for a long
Mm.
time, because I've never seen him getting a slump. Probably
Yeah.
because he bats and bowls,
Mm.
so
Mm.
things get swept off his batting or the bowling performance.
Hmm.
might get swept under whichever performances are higher. So
Hmm.
that way. But overall, I think that Rohit Sharma, it'll be last tournament, ICC tournament for Rohit Sharma, or even
Hmm.
probably last match. But he won't announce his retirement immediately. He'll wait for
Hmm.
the IPL to get over because of the endorsement, brand deals, and everything, which are
Yeah.
going on as well. So he might announce it towards the end of IPL or after IPL,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
yeah, that would be.
So yeah, Vaibhav, do you think these four players are playing their last match for India together?
Just like how my cricket idol said, definitely not. I'm saying that here again, definitely not. It's not their last time, especially not for Virat Kohli, not for Rohit Sharma or Ravindra Jadeja. Um, Maybe for Mohammad Shami, but
Hmm.
depends. Maybe last match in this format, probably.
Hmm.
He might still continue in
Hmm.
the test because there is a massive test game coming, a test series
Hmm.
coming against England. And
Yeah.
I think he has to play that because he's been exceptional in English conditions.
Hmm.
So I think Mohammad Shami might still last in the test format of the game, making space
Hmm.
for an Arshdeep in the limited overs format.
Hmm.
So that's what I feel. Ravindra Jadeja has definitely got another year or two in both ODI as well as Test, and
Yeah.
he's regularly played in the Test format. Even his Ranji scores have been really good. So if
Hmm.
India or BCCI really meant that those people that play Ranji will be selected or domestic formats will be selected, then
Yeah.
obviously I think Ravindra Jadeja should be picked. He shouldn't be allowed to retire
Hmm.
because you've got enough spinners, but do you think a Varun Chakravarti can play a long test game? Probably not,
Hmm.
because he's
Hmm.
untested. So considering such factors, he might still continue until the next World Cup. And as for Virat Kohli, his fitness seems to be good, but his skill is somewhere he needs to work on. And I think the you know there is enough rope left in BCCI to give him, so they will still continue that. As for Rohit
Hmm.
Sharma, maybe he might lose captaincy simply because you need somebody who's much more capable, who you can foresee into the future. Just for
Hmm.
that part, just for that part, they might
Yeah.
ask him to retire from captaincy or step down from captaincy, and
Hmm.
pass it on to somebody else, maybe a Shreyas Iyer or
No,
Hardik
one thing.
Pandya,
One,
hopefully
yeah.
something of that sort.
Sorry, one thing I
Yeah,
heard that
Jinash, you were going to
now
say
there
something.
are. It's not just Shubman Gill who's in the captaincy
Hmm.
era. It's
Hmm.
Shubman Gill, Hardik Pandya, Shreyas Iyer, and fourth name. Just guess who will
KL
it be?
Rahul.
KL Rahul. Fourth name.
That's what. Now they'll give the rope to all sorts of
Apparently
people.
one captain. I mean, I don't know. Like one group wants. If one group
Hmm.
doesn't get, like if one group wants Hardik Pandya, one group wants Shubman Gill, or one
Hmm.
group wants Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah.
KL Rahul is that kind of a person which both of the group want.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, this
So
brings up to
he comes in that universal set.
the
सब
Venn
में आता है वो
diagram. Yeah,
pie
the
chart
Venn
में.
diagram. Like he'll
हाँ,
be in the
Venn
middle.
diagram.
He'll be in the
Hmm.
middle.
Hmm.
like this is setting up for an interesting debate for us after the Champions Trophy, whatever the result might be. But I agree with both of you, and I agree with Weber specifically that definitely not. I don't think Rohit Sharma or Virat Kohli or Ravindra Jadeja are going anywhere else. I think they are going to
There
play
was a
at least.
20-minute talk. There was a 20-minute talk between Rohit
Agree.
Sharma and
That
Virat
can be
Kohli.
any type of a tactical talk. That doesn't need to
Last time
be.
we had a talk, Ashwin retired.
Yeah, I know, but that is Ashwin, and
नहीं इस
Ashwin
बार
cannot. Hmm. Go on, Weber.
नहीं इस बार the chat was whether they both retire together or they tell Gambhir is bad.
No, no.
But yeah, I definitely don't feel that there is going to be retirement news coming at least in
Yeah,
this tournament.
Subeh he messaged me that Rohit Sharma is retiring for
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm saying because I saw the sources saying that. Personally, my gut feeling doesn't say that. Yes, he this might be his last ICC tournament for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely, because there is no ICC tournament coming up anyways. till 2027 or 50-50 overs. So he's definitely not playing the World Cup of 2027 World Cup because definitely isn't conventionally fit as the players are considered to be. Virat Kohli definitely is going to play the 2027 World Cup. Ravindra Jadeja should play the 2027 World Cup, in my opinion, considering the skill level and the fitness he has. Mohammad Shami is the only player I feel, and I think also will be the one retiring from at least this format of cricket after this tournament because looking at him in this tournament, it was quite evident that he is tiring up. He's tiring quite sooner than we saw Mohammad Shami before in his career. So after two or three overs, he's going in the dugout and getting some treatment done or getting some drinks. But our final predictions: India is in another final, another heartbreak, or a march on Marine Drive. What do you think, Jinansh? Your prediction?
See, this is what I hate. Heart is saying something else, but mind is saying something else. Heart is saying India, but I mean, India can win, to be honest. They have got eight batters. So, as I
Mm,
told, like restricting them, those things, that thing. But the
mm,
problem is, like, at the same time, we see the positives as well. We won in the T20 World Cup 30 from 30.
yeah,
I never imagined that from there, South Africa will lose. I thought it's gone.
true.
But we still won.
Mm,
So, things have been good. Like, we have learned from our mistakes as well. So, I would say
mm.
55-45.
To India.
India favor.
Okay. Okay. Weber?
I think India is going to win easy because they're playing in Dubai. One thing, India knows the
Mm,
condition well,
mm,
and the
mm,
next thing is they've already faced New Zealand, and
mm,
they know how New Zealand play.
mm,
Uh, the only thing is, hopefully, yeah, fortunately enough, we don't have Rachin Ravindra going to CSK to get practice or anything like that. So
mhm.
that's something where we are safe.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be easy for India to win. And it's going like even the weather is good. It's 31
Mm,
degrees on Sunday with
mm,
like mild clouds. So it's going to, I think, help. There's going to be some breeze. So
yeah.
fast bowlers will also have a good, you know, a good
Mm,
game. And it's supported spinners always. So I think it's going to be easy for India. So I
yeah.
think Marine Drive and Mumbai should get ready for another day of hectic traffic on Sunday
Mm.
evening.
Sunday evening could be too early, but might be Monday or Tuesday. But yeah,
Yeah, maybe
as
Monday.
we did
But
before,
this time they'll do again after winning. Like after 6 months back, you
I mean,
did already
yeah,
again.
it is just an exaggeration, but yes, it's like a
Yeah,
celebration kind.
Yeah.
So in the videos where we previewed the Champions Trophy, me and Jinansh uh, made the exact predictions which actually happened. New Zealand and India from our group, South Africa and Australia from their group. India and New Zealand are meeting in the final again. That's what we predicted. The only the only time which I followed hard and gave my prediction is the last time where I said South Africa should come because I felt that South Africa should come in the final. But obviously, the mind always knew that it is going to be New Zealand. But in that prediction, in the preview of Champions Trophy, I predicted that it's going to be New Zealand winning the Champions Trophy, and Jinanj mentioned that it is India going to win the Champions Trophy. But after seeing India's game and the kind of cricket, the brand of cricket which India has played in this tournament, and obviously the advantages which we have being in Dubai, settled there for a month or so, I think it's going to be an easy win for India. I wouldn't write off New Zealand for sure. New Zealand has some brilliant players. I think they have got the best batter going around in world cricket right now. That is Rachin Ravindra. He's definitely the best, one of the best batters going right now in the young lot of players who might be the next Fab Four contender, which me and Jinansh are definitely quite a fan of his batting. So I definitely feel he's one of those batters who can make an impact on a bigger game, but still. When it comes to the final, the stronger team would keep the nerves, and I believe it should be India easily, and India should lift this Champions Trophy again after 12 years, after we are going to wear that white coat for sure. That's what I feel. But let's see. We'll be tuned in for tomorrow's match, and we'll be here after the match of seeing what is happening, what drama is going on, who's going to retire or not. So yes, do join us for that as well. Until and unless, please enjoy this game and please stay tuned to the boundary line. Thank you so much.